Hey there, let me ask you something. Do you feel God is really there for you? When was the last time you secretly wondered that? I mean, I know how we feel when we're all dressed up and surrounded by believers and a great worship team on Sunday morning. But do you, like me, and in the dark of night, secretly wonder and worry if God is really there for you like the Bible says he will be? Welcome back to my powerful, dunamis friends. Dr. Don Middleton here with you, and we're continuing our walk through the 12 steps with a biblical worldview. As a bonus to you, with each one of these step videos, we're offering a free download of the chapter from the book and the workbook on that step. These steps aren't about watching, they're about doing. It's a verb. In step 2, we discussed the Christian value of hope and its ability to cast vision on a better future. In step 3, we move our focus from a distant future and into the present as we discuss the fruit of the Spirit the Bible calls faith. Step 3 simply reads, we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God. Now, very early in my first shot at 12-step recovery, a young gal we'll call Tanisha shared her story and told of tragic childhood and various economic and medical struggles, which made even the most callous recovery warrior shed a tear. Her story finished with a bold testimony of how God had used Jesus to heal her in mind, body, and spirit. Somehow, she didn't just hope God could help her. She knew he could and would. Now, I was still sick, and my diseased brain was looking for how my story was totally different than hers, so I could say, hey, you know what? I'm not as bad off as T is. Denial and defiance are well-worn tools in the toolbox of a person suffering with addiction. They tend to lie a lot, and especially great at lying to themselves, and I was no different. I assume this resonates with most people listening in today. The secret is that the person loudly proclaims they can fix themselves while secretly hearing a small whisper that says they are not worthy of help from anyone, especially God. What's the truth here? When I was struggling to fully understand my Christian place in the world, I figured because I was Christian and doing all the Christian stuff, I was worthy. My understanding has deepened over the years. And now, when I think I'm unworthy of unconditional love, what I hear is, it's not about you being good enough for me by behaving. I designed you totally worthy of love and respect, and I gave my only son to live and die for you to prove it. So what's this whole faith thing, and how does it differ from hope? Like we said in step 2, we learn that hope looks forward to see what's on the horizon. We can have hope just because of what other people tell us they've experienced. Faith is more about what we have experienced, even if it is through watching others. If I hear about sobriety triumphs from my previous years, I can develop hope. When I watch others prayerfully move from chaos and become well, or if I pray for relief and my life actually gets better, I start to develop assurance that this thing is real. It's not just wishful future thinking of hope. I actually have watched miracles happen, and I know they are real today. To develop faith, you must be paying attention to what's going on around you. It's tempting to think that God's miracles are all done thousands of years ago and recorded in the Bible, but that is a lie that Satan just loves for us to believe. One easy way to develop a better understanding of miraculous powers in your life today are with 2 little faith-building practices you can do for free on a sheet of paper or in the notes section of your phone. The first is a gratitude list. Start by writing 3 things you're grateful for today, and then add another thing daily. Slowly pray thanks over each one of these items every morning for a whole month. You're going to be amazed at what this does to you. Second is an actual written prayer list. Now, as Christians, we often say, I'll pray that for you. about something, write it down and actually pray over what the need is. And when an answer occurs, document the date and write it down and say, keep doing this for, say, a few months, and you're going to see that God is answering all kinds of prayers all around you. Now, going back to step 3, the phrase made a decision indicates a process over an immediate on-off switch. Of course, many of us say yes to that, but we're confronted with how to actually implement that decision to turn our lives over to God's will. Let's face it, it sounds scary, especially when most of us are still hanging on to the lie that we're actually in control of our lives before this. The best way to move from doubt to faith is to awaken every day and humble yourself to God. Admit you're powerless over your drug of choice, and finally, ask God for His plan to be revealed for you just for today and for the strength to step into any opportunities He may open up for you. Then keep your eyes open, especially for things that may feel a little out of your comfort zone. Always have yes on the tip of your tongue. Will you occasionally walk into an activity that isn't moving the ball forward? Yes, obviously. But do it anyway. It's important. Listen up, folks. Our friend Tanisha's story wasn't a straight shot either. She had frustrating setbacks and kept surrendering to God every day until she knew she was finally free of the need to control things she couldn't. And guess what? She couldn't wipe the smile off her face if you paid her $1 million. Now, the smile wasn't because life suddenly got problem-free, but instead, she gave up struggling to be in control. That's what it's all about, is surrender. If you've experienced this new freedom in sobriety, throw some advice on how you got there into the comments below so you can help others coming up behind you. Consider it your 12-step work for the day, okay? You too will get there, one day at a time, one surrender at a time, one humble, prayerful act of faith at a time. I'm going to see you soon again when we get honest and start working on step 4, which is about courage. Seriously, this isn't as scary as you might think. I promise you we'll walk through it. So hang in there and we'll walk through this thing together. See y'all very soon. Bye now.
Just a reminder, the Dunamis Effect is a Christ-centered 12-step recovery program and not medical care. Dr. Middleton is a physician, but he's not your physician. So we encourage you to work with a qualified healthcare professional as part of your recovery. You were created worthy of care, support, and a healthy life in sobriety.